Hi, I'm AnneMarie. So I'm the fill-in kind of person today. So the lecture that you saw up on the board is not the one that you're going to get. Hope you don't mind. So my talk is about how to be an empath and take care of your own personal energy field, how to protect yourself from other people's energy, how to understand how to not take on other people's energy. Because as an empath, I'm not sure how many people in here would identify with that. It's kind of empaths. I'm going to explain the difference between being empathic and being an empath, and maybe that will help. Having empathy means our heart goes out to another person in joy or pain. This is Dr. Judith Orloff. She wrote a great book called The Empath Survival Guide, which I highly recommend. But for empaths, it goes much further. We actually feel other people's emotions, energy, and physical symptoms in our own bodies. I know you probably do as a medical intuitive. Without the usual defenses that most people have. So what I'm going to do today is teach you how to create defenses for yourself that would still allow you to be an empathic person, but not take on other people's energy. Empaths are very sensitive people. Usually this is a skill that's developed when you're a young person and you're living in a household where things are very chaotic or kind of unnerving, and you develop these abilities to kind of feel into the situation, like what's the room going to be like when I go downstairs today? What am I walking into? What kind of energy am I going to be in trouble? Am I going to be okay? Is there going to be arguing going on, or is it a safe place? And so you develop these abilities to feel deeply what's going on in a space. And you grow up with these abilities, and so as you become an adult, what happens then is people are automatically drawn to you because they sense that you understand exactly how they feel. And you do, because you learned how to do that as a young person. You walk into a space, somebody goes, oh, I'm going to just unload on you. I'm going to tell you everything about I need to dump it off my chest. I need someone to talk to, and I can sense that you're going to understand me. You're going to understand my problem. You're going to hear me, right? And these people will just do this without hardly even asking, right? They just kind of show up. And then when they leave, what happens? You feel completely drained, like you just gave all your energy away to this person. They walk away feeling great because they just got to dump all their stuff off on you, and you're feeling really drained, and you might even be taking on some of their symptoms, some of their stuff, some of their energy. So what I'm going to teach you today is how to not take on any of that, and how to sort of gently, interact with people, but not have to be the sponge that gives their energy away all the time to these other people. So what I'd like you guys to do is, the first thing that I'm going to explain is how to ground. I don't know how many of you know how to do that. I know some of you do. But grounding is an incredibly important thing, because when you ground deeply into the earth, that allows you to release energy from your body that you don't want anymore. Like if you're holding other people's energy, it's an opportunity to release it into the earth. But it also allows you to take on higher and higher energies, connect to higher dimensional frequencies, connect to your guides, connect to your higher self. But you have to be grounded to do that. Otherwise, your body won't be able to hold or connect as well to the higher frequencies. Your intuition is always there no matter what, so don't worry about that. It's just as you want to progress spiritually and move into higher, connecting with higher energies, you need to ground. So the first thing I'm going to teach you is how to ground. My teacher taught me to just visualize. I want you to all close your eyes for a minute and just imagine dropping an anchor from the base of your spine. The base of your spine is your root chakra. That's the place of your connection to the earth. So it's really important to establish a very solid grounding there. You can drop a lightning rod if you want. You can imagine the roots of a tree coming from the base of the spine going down in the earth. I prefer to visualize an anchor at the end of a chain. So I imagine dropping the chain deep, deep, deep. Drop it down, 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 as far as you can go into the earth. just dropping it down further and further through all the layers of the earth. And just imagine that in the center of the earth there is a plate with your name on it that has a hook. And this is in the middle of the crystalline core of Gaia. And just hook that anchor right around that plate. And just imagine that, how that feels now. You've got yourself grounded in deeply into the earth. And just imagine your whole body just kind of going into that flow there. Now, at this point, you can ask the earth to simply say easily, I now allow any energy that does not serve my highest and best good to flow down through my legs and out the bottom of my feet, releasing it into the earth, and clear out that space. Now, if you don't mind keeping your eyes closed, I'm going to teach you a little simple trick of how to protect your energy from other people's energy. So now that you've created a grounding, I want you to imagine the bubble that is your auric field around your body. You have what's called like an egg-shaped aura completely surrounding your body. It is a bubble, if you will, and it goes under your feet and over your head. And I want you to just imagine this field of energy around you. It's about 2 feet off of your body. It can grow and expand, depending on situations that you're in. But just for sort of every day, let's just say it's a couple of feet off your body, above your head, below your feet. Imagine a nice thick membrane around that entire bubble. Now, I want you to look for any rips or tears. Use your intuition for this, or your imagination. Just allow it to guide you. And see if you sense or perceive any rips or tears in the auric field anywhere, or if it's not completely sealed under the feet or over the head. And I want you to just run your hands lightly over those spots and just see them seaming themselves back together, repairing anything in the aura that's not nice and smooth and, a fully thick field. The boundary around the aura, maybe just imagine it being about a ½ an inch thick. And it's kind of nice and bouncy and healthy. So I'll give you a minute. Once you've done that now I'd like you to imagine going inside that auric field and just notice and sense if there's any energy in there that you feel does not belong to you. It might show up in your, in your intuitive senses as some kind of cloudy energy that might feel not right, or it might be you might notice something gray or black, or perhaps just anything that doesn't feel comfortable to you that you want there, that doesn't belong to you. And just imagine releasing that energy out through the aura or down into the earth, however you want to do it. You just move it out of your field, completely out of the auric field, releasing it to the universe to be transmuted as energy in a different way. Okay, and now once you've done that, I'd like you to just sit there now. You've got this beautiful auric field with your auras all nice and cleaned up. The bubble around the edge is all repaired. And now I want you to imagine a color of light, an energy of light that feels really good to you. And we're going to be filling this auric field up now with that color. It might be white light, it might be beautiful golden light, it could be green, which is the sign of like heart energy, of love. It could be any color that feels good to you. And I want you to just bring that color in now through the crown chakra into the auric field and fill the entire field with that color, including the body, including all the layers of the energy field. Just filling up the whole aura with this beautiful color of light that makes you feel happy, makes you feel good. And now what you've created is your personal energy space. This is your energy. When you're ready, you can open your eyes once you feel that you've completed that. So now you're sitting in this perfect field of your energy. Nobody else's energy is in there. This is just you. Now, this energy is your sovereign space. No one else should ever be in that space, including your children. including your dog, including other people that might have attachments to you, a spouse, anyone. This is your sovereign space. That doesn't mean that you can't have energy exchange of, conversations or even healing. You can heal another person from this space, but what you're doing when you're healing another person, when you're in your sovereign space, is you're bringing the energy in through your crown chakra, filtering it through your heart, and bringing it down through your hands. So you're always using supreme, higher energies. You're never using your own personal energies. You're not giving away your power or your energy ever. So this is an exercise you can do every morning to get yourself into this space, grounding, cleaning your auric field, filling it up with your personal light. Now, when you encounter someone who you would consider to be an energy suck or a vampire, or someone who likes to take your energy, or someone, you might just be at a party or in a room or in a shopping mall. You know how you go into overload in these places where there's tons of people? You have your protection in place now. You don't have to allow those people to enter your field. And if you want, you can even add an extra layer. I drop a wall of roses down in between me and the other person. Now, if you're aware of this, because I've just taught it to you, you'll be much more aware when one of these people approaches you, and you begin to feel possibly a little tugging in your gut. It's like the person is sort of sending a cord into your energy field. You'll often feel it in your solar plexus or in your heart, or if it's someone who doesn't like you a whole lot and they're trying to stab you in the back. Have you ever felt that? You literally can almost feel a stabbing in the back. It's people sending energetic cords into you. These are also something you want to make sure you clear out all the time. You don't want cords in your field. So when you encounter, a vampire, shall we say, or maybe it's your neighbor, they come over for a cup of tea and they're just sitting there. So I want you to know that you can have an exchange with that person. You can even empathize with them. You can give them energy. But when they leave now and you've had a little conversation with them, you will recognize that you did not allow them to put a cord into you, and you did not hand them your energy. Typically this happens to empaths when they have a very weak kind of auric field. They're just allowing their energy to merge with other people, because that's how you feel things. That's how you were trained as a child. You would put feelers out. You would merge into energy fields and begin to feel what was going on. Now, you can still feel the same way. You still have the same abilities to intuit what's going on, what's that person feeling, but you're going to be operating from within your personal sovereign space. And you're not going to be giving your energy away to someone else. You can send healing to them if you want to. You can still do that, but that's your choice of fielding that through. But you won't allow them to come in and take your energy, suck your energy out by putting a cord into your solar plexus and then draining you as they leave. So you just always want to hold that energy field. Anybody have any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
You were saying with the grounding and release your energy into the earth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious how that. I'm kind of wondering about any negative effect on the earth, because I've read a lot about our thoughts have power of protecting your.
She's asking,
The negative thoughts.
How that impacts the earth.
Releasing negative thoughts into the earth. You said transmuted, so I guess it's safe to.
Yeah.
When you're grounded.
Yeah, the question is it okay to release energy from your body that you don't want anymore? Releasing it down into the earth, does that have a negative effect on the earth? Or if you throw it out into the universe? Well, it's being transmuted. The earth is a big transmuter. I mean, look at all the stuff that's been dumped on the earth at this point, and it's.
Thoughts is more like I'm throwing it into the universe, and when I'm intentionally releasing into the earth, it's different.
Well, you can do it any way you want. The point is to get the energy out of your field, right? You want it out of your auric field. Sometimes I just imagine taking it as a ball and throwing it up and seeing it burst into a million pieces, and then going, okay, universe, take it and transmute it, right? Or if you want, use it as part of your grounding and just ground it out into the earth, and the earth will transmute it. The earth's been transmuting our negative energy for many years. as we know, and it's still around, so it can handle it.
Okay.
It can handle it. The thing is, you just don't want to hold on to it. You don't want to carry it around with you. And if you go into a shopping mall or you go into a party and you start feeling you know how you can get really lightheaded because you can feel so deeply and you're picking up all this energy and you're like, oh my God, is my time up? Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, see me if you have any questions. And you're welcome. Okay.